We do it live, bitches.
Coming soon to this theater.
It's alive. It's moving. It's coming this way.
What's up, everybody? Come here, give me a kiss. Hey, it's Brian. right off the bat. See, normally I like to come into other people's streams and make it weird, but tonight I'm just starting out making my own stream weird. But anyway, welcome to another episode of the Horror Movie Club, the club where what do? We watch horror movies, B. We always try to pick a movie that's not behind a paywall. That way, if you're getting an idea of what we're watching ahead of time, you know, if you're following my Twitter link and everything like that, you can watch the movie before the stream and then chime in the chat. Let us know what you thought about it. Or if you're just listening to us talk about the movie and you think, damn, that sounds fucking cool, I really want to check that out. Guess what? Link below in the description where you can watch the movie for free, unedited, of course, because your boy's not going to send you to an edited, fucked up version of a movie. Tonight's movie is the Canucksploitation classic, the Canadian werewolf movie, Ginger Snaps from 2000. Actually kind of blows my mind. It's like, really? It's been like 24 years since that came out? God damn. That's like an entire, it's like, you know, like an entire quarter of my life. It just seems like yesterday. It was followed by two sequels, both shot and released in 2004, which are both also, I have to say, really superb, well worth checking out. And actually, I was doing a little search on the YouTubes to find some clips for tonight, and I discovered that not only can you find this movie for free on YouTube, you can find an extended version that is 10 minutes longer. An extended version I didn't even know existed. It may have come out like on a Blu-ray release at some point. I'm not sure. Anyway, let me bring in my boy, your boy, Matt. What is up, brother, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I had the Christmas blues, but I feel great now. You know, right. I made it through, and one of the things that helped me really saved my Christmas was your boy Preston. Sid sent me this. Oh. I just framed this shit right here, and this right here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and on the back he wrote, like, you know, here's an angel to keep your demons at bay. And here's the devil to remind you to not be too much of a nice guy. So yeah, those are going up. Those are going up in a special place. And yeah, I might as well bring them on now. The one, the only.
25 years. God damn.
I know, isn't that crazy? Because it doesn't. That's the one thing they never fucking warn you about getting older. I've never seen anybody fucking discuss this. Your perception of time changes. Yeah, it's like when I was a kid, those were like dog years.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, what? Like, huh?
It flows so quickly.
Dude, it's like my friend's fucking kid. It's like I have a picture pop up on my Facebook, right? of actually. Let me see if I could find that fucking cute little fucker. It's fucking adorable. Was a friend of mine's kid. I turned him into a monster kid, right?
Yeah.
And so a picture of his popped up on my calendar. It's dressed in a Frankenstein monster costume, and it said 10 years ago. I was like, fucking 10 years? What? He's like fucking 15 now? God damn, man. They just do not warn you about that shit, man.
Well, it's kind of fun, like watching. In one aspect, it's hilarious, like watching rock stars that you used to listen to when you was a kid, like get older. Like Sebastian Bach looks like somebody's grandmother now.
Yeah.
And that was the sex symbol. All the chicks are like, "Hey, I want to fuck about Sebastian Bach." Now they're like, "I don't want to fuck that motherfucker."
Right.
Well, yeah, well, that's the thing. Some people age gracefully, and some people don't. And pretty boys are the ones that tend not to.
Oof, dude.
Age gracefully.
If you've seen pictures of him, like he looks like a cartoon character. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow. Well, has he had some like work done too?
No,
because some people turn
if he
themselves
did,
into like plastic surgery disasters.
One of the things that I heard is that he doesn't have the money to get any work done because he blew it all on coke and booze.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So, and every ounce of that coke, every line of that coke, and every shot of those booze shows on his face.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing too. It's like when I see somebody that's older, that's like my age, and they look really good, I think to myself, clean living, right? Clean living, and
or quit when they were ahead.
Themselves.
Yeah. Like that's what your 20s are for.
Why are you talking about old people?
And
Why you start talking about old people right before you and why you start talking about old people right before you introduce me? What the fuck is that?
Hey man, old people, I'm including myself here.
And now for an example of not clean living.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I mean, dude, people think that I'm like fucking in my 30s, which is crazy, right? But I'll take it. Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking complain. People think
the same of me.
Younger than I am.
60.
Yeah.
60. And the quit while you're ahead, Preston, you nailed that. The quit while you're ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
I got friends that are my age that are flat tore up. Tore up from the floor up.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but
I know buddies of mine that are just overweight. You know, I mean, they're bound for a heart attack. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, salad right here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I would have an apple and an orange and a salad.
No more pizza.
I saw something today that I really want to share with you guys because it cracked me the fuck up, man.
Shizzle. Is it this?
Y'all know who Zach Wilde is. This is the This is a small portion of the rock and roll roast of Zach Wilde. This thing is 5 years old.
Oh
Zach
shit!
is a beast.
This little segment right here just cracked me the fuck up. You guys, you're gonna love this. All right. Hold on to your hats, guys.
I got his pickups in that white V right behind me.
Fuck yeah!
Oh,
Still gotta go see Pantera, man. Fuck. Lugo. My man has gone before.
Rock and roll roast? I didn't know that was a thing.
Hollywood star here.
Shatner.
Sorry I couldn't be with you, berserkers and society-dwelling motherfuckers tonight in person. Priceline doesn't offer direct flights to
You ain't no looker, man.
You gotta listen to what he's saying,
I
guys.
tend to avoid seeing.
That's a wig.
Hold up. You can't talk over it. You're gonna miss all the jokes. You gotta listen to what he's saying.
Sorry.
You gotta listen to it.
Hollywood star here. Wouldn't you? Sorry I couldn't be with you, berserkers and society-dwelling motherfuckers tonight in person. Priceline doesn't offer direct flights to shitholes like Anaheim. And I tend to avoid scenes like this with so many hangers-on, or as I like to call them, Klingons.
Oh, snap.
And what am I up to, you ask? Well, I'm hard at work promoting my newest record release, Seeking Major Tom. All of you rock fans know this is my greatest artistic triumph to date. The album is loaded with guest appearances such as heavy metal luminaries as Deep Purple's Richie Blackmore, Alice in Chains' Mike Inez, and MC5's Wayne Kramer. Did I mention that it's available now? On Cleopatra Records, you can Google it, you can even Bing it, it's up to you. I don't give a shit. I'm so classically metal that I even chose to reinterpret the Black Sabbath classic Iron Man to be part of my masterpiece. But to do it right and capture the spirit of Shatner melded with metal, I needed a guitar player of a certain stench, if you will. And we all know that there's only one six-string god that comes to mind when you think of poor personal hygiene, am I right? That's right, rock bitches, it's Zakk Wylde. How did he get the gig, you ask? Was it his virtuoso guitar talents? No. His worldwide celebrity appeal? Teeth brushing habits? Good God Almighty, surely you jest. No. Zakk Wylde had a certain something that those other guitarists didn't have. A truly hot ass wife.
Oh, snap.
Oh
shit.
Please. Let me just say, if this keeps up, we might be recording an entire box set together. Love it. Oh, and now, Barbara Ann, get back down there. You little metal minx.
Set your phaser to fun.
Oh, I will.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
That was pretty funny. But the Shatner records, I'm sorry, those aren't funny anymore because he's in on the joke. It's the early ones, like Transformed Man, when he was serious, because that's one of the things that makes that one of the best records ever, is he was fucking completely fucking serious.
You think he was?
Absolutely.
Shatner
The
swallows.
balls out sincerity.
Shatner swallows a ton of vitamins and pills to keep his
Yeah.
That just cracked me up. I mean, that's 5 years
That's
ago.
great.
I mean, come on, Zakk has a great sense of humor, man, to let dude.
I hope he does. I hope he does. Otherwise, he'll be dragging fucking Shatner by his fucking leg. You know, like dragging him
If you haven't
on his
seen
motorcycle
that,
or something.
if you haven't seen that, go watch that. You got Sharon Osbourne, Scott Ian, a bunch of people on there, man. It's fucking awesome.
Sharon Osbourne, she's the one who prevented the fucking Black Sabbath reunion. Right? Everybody was there, but she didn't like Bill Ward, so like the last minute.
She's also the one that helped sabotage Black Sabbath. And
now hold up, you guys know what a roast is.
She's Ozzy's Yoko Ono.
I'm not a big Ozzy fan.
But you guys know what a roast is. Hold up. You know what a roast is. They all take shots at each other.
Yes, yeah, you fuck with people.
Okay?
Yeah,
that means they're taking shots at her too. It's fucking great. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. One thing I actually, there's something really cool I discovered here. We could do a little week of horror shit.
What's up, Shorty?
Did you guys? First of all, did you guys see anything interesting? Any good horror this week?
I got a
I
bunch
just watched
of
that one like actually a week ago. The rare imports one with the Santa Claus and the Krampus. You know, what was it? Rare exports.
Oh,
yes. Yeah. Did you like that?
I thought it was cool. I actually was hoping there would be more though with the Krampus. You know.
Well, yeah, because he's just frozen in a block of ice, like the Thing.
Yeah, you don't ever see him.
Yeah. It's a very low budget movie too, but yeah.
Dude, I was watching. Me and a wife was watching Changeling.
It's much good.
Dude, that shit is fucking brutal. Like it's
old
really
one?
good. The new one, like the series, the TV series.
It's Munchkin.
I haven't seen that. Is that related to?
Come here, say hi to everybody, dude.
Yeah. Hi, Munchkin.
Hi.
What up?
He's drawing because he knows what's up. What's that saying?
Madness.
Madness, best grandpa?
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't tell him to do that either, did I?
No.
No. See?
Oh.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh,
What are you doing?
Just
hanging out?
Yeah.
You got a new art set, huh?
Chilling like a villain.
He got a new art set for Christmas. See?
Future collaborator.
You see, guys? You see what's up here? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Get them while they're young.
Yep, absolutely, man.
Be like the Catholic Church.
That
Get 'em while
guy's
they're
really
young.
good. That guy's really good. He just writes. No, I'm
No, it's true. It's such, hey, man, I'll be the first one to tell you. I'm always the first one to admit the only reason I write comics is because
Ryan writes the
I can't draw
story.
worth a damn.
And Matt and Doc Salem.
What's up, bud?
They draw. They draw really good. See that wanted poster back there that says Butch Cleaver? Matt drew that.
Dang.
Yeah, he said, "Dang." He's like,
Dang.
mm-hmm. So
That's
good
what,
stuff.
that's what I said when I got that piece that you sent me. That dope ass piece. Matt,
These guys are good, buddy.
Dang.
You're gonna be like that someday, huh? Yeah. All right.
Yeah. That's how it starts, man.
Say bye.
That's how it starts.
Bye.
Later,
Bye.
dude. Happy New Year.
Peace. Peace out. Oh my God. It's just today I was thinking, it's like there's certain comics I can't imagine my childhood without. Do you know what I'm saying?
What's up?
Yeah.
Mike?
Certain specific issues that are just like Werewolf by Night. Sometimes not even good comics, right? Fantastic Four, of course, great shit. That's the oldest memory I have of reading a comic book was old Stanley Jack Kirby.
Dude, I would buy stacks of comics because my dad wouldn't allow me to have anything like that. So I would buy stacks off the school bus, right? From this one guy. And I didn't realize what I had at the time, but it was mostly Amazing Spider-Man.
Shadow.
You know?
Yeah.
And that, believe it or not, like, and I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, but those were my first comics. And it was the first appearance of the Hobgoblin and shit like that, you know? And
oh, wow.
I totally trashed those books. Completely trashed those books.
That's what we did with kids.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I have like 2 or 3 that have survived that are totally mangled. And yet at the same time, if I were ever to get an issue signed by like the artist or the writer, it wouldn't be a brand spanking new crispy copy. It would be the old fucking beat up one, you know?
I totally get that.
And the thing is, it's like when you bring a beat up book to somebody to get it signed, they just glow because they're just like, they realize, oh, this thing was loved.
Right.
You know, one of the books that I went and sought out, like when I started buying comics and stuff, and this isn't a comic book, it's just one of the first books that actually checked out at a library. Is Where the Wild Things Are.
Oh, of course.
I love that book.
Monsters, dude.
Always loved that artist, you know.
Maurice Sendak.
Yeah. And I've seen a documentary on him. Yeah, he's dead now. But.
Yeah, he was around for a long time. I mean, he's somebody who got the love and respect and admiration.
Well, you know when Where the Wild Things Are came out, like he was probably one of the first people that they tried to cancel, because then they went back over all his. Yeah, they went back over all his old books they did, you know, the children's books.
Yeah.
And he would always draw a little pee-pee on the children. You know, nobody cared. Nobody gave a shit, right? Because it was his style was so loose, it didn't really matter.
Right.
Until Where the Wild Things Are came out. Then they went and hunted all those books. They banned them. They
in the night
he was
kitchen.
A pervert, all kinds of stuff.
Yes, in the night kitchen. I remember going to library specifically, like that would be one book. If I go to a library, I have to at least take it off the shelf and check, because sometimes what would happen would be like the librarian or somebody would go in with whiteout,
absolutely,
and paint like diapers. Paint diapers on the kid.
Yeah, no, dude, it's fucking ridiculous. And that's one of the reasons why I'm really, really against like book burning and canceling shit like that. Even the shit that I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying?
Especially shit you don't agree with. Shit you don't agree with.
Have you ever seen this, Brian?
What?
This book?
Oh, yeah.
You guys ever seen this one?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Journey into Magic.
Yeah, for sure.
You know the dude I do the show offs with, right? On Sundays, Texas Dave over in the UK.
Yeah.
He sent me this for Christmas.
Wait,
that's
Texas
awesome.
Dave? Texas Dave is from
His name's
England?
Dave Houston, so we call him Texas Dave, but he lives
Oh,
in
Texas
okay.
Dave.
you know, he
Well,
lives
you
in
gotta
the-
explain that nickname.
It's great, man. It's like we gave him that nickname right away when we first met him because Dave Houston, but he's from the UK. He talks
Right.
English accent and everything. And it was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
you're Texas Dave, dude.
Yeah,
from
our
now on.
friends across the pond. Yeah.
Yeah. Good dude, man. But yeah, he sent this to me for Christmas, man. You see, he's like, Pops, I pulled this out of a box and I couldn't think of anywhere it belonged other than with you.
That's so cool.
Journey
That's
into
so cool.
madness. Journey into madness.
Yeah, Shadowhawk says Texas Dave is a very cool guy. Now, see, I mean, he's got you guys vouching for him.
Oh, he's the best, man. He really is.
I mean, yeah, I haven't met him. I look forward to. I always look forward to meeting.
He goes on. He's on Rex's show a lot on Rex's channel, and with me, it's every Sunday at 3:30 Eastern on the show offs. We do show this week. We're not doing a show. I'm playing a replay, but usually, I mean, it's like he goes Pops New Year's Day. I don't know. he's like, I don't know if I'm gonna be up.
So check this out. In England, it has always, I'm saying always, not like 400 BC, but it has certainly since the Victorian era, it has been a tradition in England to tell ghost stories on Christmas.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. The Christmas Carol is a ghost story, is a Christmas
That makes
ghost
sense. Like with Jacob Marley, the ghost.
That's absolutely, absolutely. It's a ghost story.
Yeah.
Right? And so they started doing this thing on BBC in the 1970s called A Ghost Story for Christmas. And there were always adaptations, like 50-minute adaptations of short stories by M.R. James. And I don't know why they associated M.R. James with Christmas, but I guess maybe he was one of the really popular authors that they would read around Christmas time. And M.R. James, man, some of the spookiest shit I have ever read. Great stuff. Highly recommend him. Anyway, so all of those, you can find them on YouTube, the entire short films. Mark Gatiss brought this back recently. Mark Gatiss, he's the guy that did that 3-part adaptation of Dracula that was on Netflix. With Clay Bangs as Dracula. He's one of us. He's done like an entire 2 TV series about horror movies.
Well, let me ask you a question. Like that 3-parter for Dracula, was he pressured into putting that garbage last episode out?
I don't know. I don't think so. Here's the thing. He's a guy who was like, okay, Dracula, it's been done to death 1,000 times. Let me try and do something new. Let me try and do something different. I didn't have a problem with the last episode. I think it was what he was building up to, that what Dracula really wants is death.
Yeah, but the way he explained, like, oh, well, the reason why you can't go in the light, it's not because you burn. Well, you do burn, but it's because you convinced yourself that you burn.
Yeah.
That's retarded.
Yeah, no, I thought that was okay. I thought that was,
like I was on board with the dead blood. Like if she had cancer, it was dead. I was like, I can get on board with it. Like that. I can convince myself that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
like, as far as, and even if he would have said like religious artifacts or something like that, yeah, I could get down with that. But convincing yourself that light burns you and it actually burns, dude, I can't do that.
Yeah, but check this out. First of all, he has superpowers. And second, if you hypnotize somebody, right? If you hypnotize somebody and then you take a pen and you're telling them, I'm burning your arm with a cigarette, and you touch the pen to their arm, they will get a fucking blister on their skin.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's
but
the
I mean,
power
it's
of
just,
the human mind.
But what he suggested was
we're
like,
talking about the power of Dracula's mind.
Yeah, but what he suggested is that Dracula's like an invincible monster, and the only reason why he's he's vulnerable at all is because he's convinced himself he's vulnerable.
Well,
and I was like, well, that's almost like a Mary Sue. You know what I'm saying? Like the Mary Sue of monsters.
Oh, but it's like, remember in the Infinity War, not the movies, the comics.
Yeah.
Adam Warlock tells all the heroes, he's like, look, Thanos is going to kick all your asses. The only hope that you have is that he secretly wants to lose.
Well, that was established in Jim Starlin's run of Captain Marvel. Right?
Yes.
In Captain Marvel, dude, I'm a huge Jim Starlin Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah, me too. Oh, dude.
And when he told Thanos that the only reason he loses is because he doesn't think he should win. You know what I'm saying? Like subconsciously. Yeah, and I can get on board with
so why can't Dracula be the same? I mean, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but
I don't know. It just seems like it ruins the character. You know, like if there's no vulnerabilities, then what's the point?
But that is a vulnerability. That is a vulnerability. It's a vulnerability that's in his psyche. That's still a vulnerability.
So you have to convince Dracula that he's like children will kill him, and then children come out and they.
I mean, it would have to. That's the thing is you couldn't trick him. It would have to come from within. It would have to come from within. What I really liked was when they gender swapped. He gender swapped Van Helsing, and I was like,
paid for this?
Oh no.
Are you getting,
like, oh,
did somebody buy you?
I thought, oh shit!
What did you do with Brian?
But then,
Brian, did you get a new sponsor? Are you being backed by the Soros Foundation?
No, I don't.
Hello,
Fangoria. I don't work for Fangoria.
This week's Horror Club brought to you by the Soros Fund.
Look, I thought I would hate that, right? I thought I would hate that, and then that character turned out to be a really great character.
No, I don't.
Especially at the end of the first episode, where she's like, "I'm so happy to have discovered Dracula because now I know." Because remember, she was a very unconventional nun.
I actually, personally, I liked her as a character. Like she was the most interesting.
She was great
adversary. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought she was fantastic.
and just an interesting, funny, philosophical character.
She made such an impression.
Now I have proof that God exists.
Yeah, she made. Yeah, I know. Well, she made such an impression. I started looking for other movies that she was in. You know, that would appeal to me. And really, she wasn't in a lot. You know?
Yeah, she's underutilized. She's underutilized for sure. One guy that isn't being underutilized is this motherfucker right here.
The Al Snow.
That's Kit Harington.
Yeah.
Most people would remember him as
Al Snow.
No. Jon Snow.
I know. Just call him Al Snow like the rest of them.
Jon Snow.
Got the mustache.
Right. And the
he's really good. I like that series. Yeah.
No, he's very good.
Pompeii.
He was also in Prince Caspian. He was very good in that. Yeah. And he was also in a version of the Picture of Dorian Gray.
Oh, really?
I've never seen him.
I'm sorry. No,
that wasn't
it. Thinking about Ben Barnes or something, right?
No, that's a different
Ben Barnes. It's Ben Barnes.
Yeah. Ben Barnes is the one.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I actually modeled your Dandy character after Ben Barnes.
Really?
I did. Yeah.
You could be kind of dandy sometimes.
For this new issue of Six Gun Gorilla.
The Dandy's going to be in there?
Well, the rich little guy in charge of the Zeppelin. The villain?
Okay. Yeah. Chilblain, Lord Chilblain. Yeah, no. The Dandy is a different character. The Dandy is a character I want to do, and like I've already written a script for like a little 10-page backup story that I'm hoping.
Like an anthology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's your gateway into the extended Six Gun Gorilla universe. Because I've got a whole bunch of characters in that universe.
That's
right.
Sick.
Basically, like, you know how DC and Marvel had their Western superhero universe? That's what I'm kind of been building up here for like 10 years, right? But anyway, yeah. So Benjamin Barnes, this was an adaptation of lot number 249. Now, if you never read
reviews for that,
really, because I only just found out about it, like literally, like just before.
I think it was that. All right,
What was that?
Explain it. No, because I thought I seen something about that.
Yeah. No, it's
trailer.
It's based on a short story by Arthur Conan Doyle, the guy who created Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
And it's about a guy who goes to a Ivy League university in England. It's Oxford, right? And he lives in a building that's like a tower, and there's like 3 rooms. And so there's he's at the top, and at the bottom is his friend, and in the middle is this odd motherfucker, right? Who's into like all kinds of weird, spooky shit, specifically Egyptian shit. And then it turns out that he has a full mummy, right? And with the sarcophagus and everything. And then, of course, what does he do? He gets that thing to fucking move around and do things. Yeah, and it's I don't know how much it sticks to the story. Gaddis is the kind of guy I think that would play it fast and loose, which is perfectly fine. Let's see. Yeah, Kit Harington, Freddie Fox, Colin Ryan, respectively, as Abercrombie Smith, Edward Bellingham, and Monkhouse Lee. Monkhouse Lee is the real sick freak.
Yeah, that's right. I remember
it's
that.
A really good review here.
Christian Slater played that character, and Steve Buscemi in Tales from the Dark Side, right? That's what Shadowhawk was saying.
Yeah.
Now that he says that, I kind of remember that.
God, yes.
You know, we did watch a movie called It Lives Inside. Yeah. And that was actually decent. That wasn't too bad. It's like a Hindi type of American Hindi movie or something like that.
Nice.
And, dude, it was pretty fucked up. That's what I think a good horror movie is, when it's really fucked up.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's different parts of like tonight's movie is Ginger Snaps, and that's more of what I would call a horror drama, right? Because you got all these in horror. To me, horror itself is a subgenre. To me, there's fantastic fiction, literature, movies, comics, whatever, right? And under fantasy, there's science fiction, horror, and high fantasy. You know, Tolkien and Robert E. Howard, Conan, and Lord of the Rings, and that sort of shit. And then, of course, naturally you have subgenres, and there's like billions of those.
The thing with Ginger Snaps, though, is like all the sequels are really good too.
I've seen the third one. Like, that's how I remember it was the third one. I thought they were all like kind of like in the colonial times, you know? Because
like the first one.
Yeah,
the first one was good, but compared to the sequels, like that's the worst one.
I think so too.
I was like, damn, I want to watch the third one.
Thinking that, huh?
Because the third one's like,
I was like, this is how you do a werewolf movie right here. Like this.
Right.
Yeah, it had some cool stuff in it.
The fact that the one that Matt saw was the first one that he saw was the last one.
Yeah,
totally
I saw parts
works.
of that one, and I was like, "Ooh, this looks cool. I'm gonna have to, go back and watch this again." You know.
And it was such a bold thing to do too, because in the first sequel, Ginger Snaps Back. What up, Devil Flyer? Ginger Snaps Back. That is a direct sequel to the first, right?
Did he change?
And then the third is just like this fantasy. Where it's like, wait, are these? Is this supposed to have been them in a previous life?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like reincarnated.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird and crazy, and like in a really cool, like ambitious way.
Mm-hmm.
In one of the sequels, didn't he change the rules of the werewolf curse?
Maybe they're done by different people. It's not the same director.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and the first, I'm now for the scripts, I'm not sure, because I believe that the screenplay for the first one wasn't written by John Fawcett, the director. It was written by another screenwriter, a woman, which isn't surprising because you're just like, this really
makes
seems
sense,
to come from somebody that knows what it's like to be like a teenage girl.
For the second movie, you said?
Oh no! Well, no. For the first movie, I don't know who wrote 2 and 3.
I'm excited to see the next two. Now that you guys are vouching, they're even better. I'm like,
dude, they're fucking crazy.
Well, there was a show called Salem, dude. It was a witch show, and Salem had like Stephen Lang would pop up in there. He was a witch hunter, and it's kind of soapy.
What show is this?
It's called Salem, and it's a soapy ass fucking horror witch show. And it was
Arvin
free.
Collins type of thing.
No, it's just more about like the Salem, Massachusetts town, and about how like this witch kind of rose up out of nowhere, and then she starts a coven in the woods. And Stephen Lang from Stephen Lang, or not Stephen Lang.
Of course, yeah,
Stephen
man,
Lang.
love that dude.
He's like this badass witch hunter, and then he fucking dies, and then she reincarnates him and makes him his bitch. Like in the second season, she like feeds him frogs and shit, and he's like kind of moping.
Awesome.
It's just a cool show, dude. And then they did like 3 seasons. And that dude that played Tom Sawyer in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, he's like her kind of heartthrob. You know, it's a soapy show, but it's fucking dope. It was on like a WGN network. Me and my lady like binged all of it. I really liked it. But
is that shit on Tubi?
I don't know, dude. And it was cool.
I'll try to keep an eye out for it.
Called
We've
Salem.
been looking for stuff like that too, like horror TV shows, and there's not a lot of good ones.
No, it's not.
You know,
and they built the whole town too. You got that whole
fear.
like Salem, Massachusetts town. You know, all like built. You know, on.
I got it written down. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, check it out. It's good.
One that I recommend.
Marilyn Manson's in it too.
30 pieces of 30 coins.
Dude, I've been looking for a dubbed version of that because I don't want to read the whole goddamn
I know.
thing. And I was it looks like it's produced by an American company. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing's in Spanish.
Yeah. No, well, because it's Alex de la Iglesia. Alex de la Iglesia is a name that you wouldn't know because he never came to Hollywood, right? And not that they didn't ask him to come over. He was just like, fuck that. Because my friends have told me what happens when they move to Hollywood and they try making movies in Hollywood. Fuck that. I'm going to stay here.
Dude, that show looks so good. Dude.
Yeah. No, I mean,
it's got like
De La Iglesia is the filmmaker that Quentin Tarantino wishes he was.
Yeah.
If you want to see an absolutely fucking incredible, awesome horror adjacent movie, check out Perdita Durango. Like, I mean,
is it in English?
Tarantino wishes he could make a movie that fucking that good.
Dude, when I go on vacation, I'm gonna fucking just lay around the house drawing, like stay up late and watch these fucking these horror movies, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the thing. There's some, and I could tell you, like, yo, go check that out because I know that shit's on Tubi.
Yeah, you just know, right? It's just there.
I watched this movie the other night. I watched it in StreamYard.
I saw that.
Invited everybody to come watch it with me so we could all crack jokes and shit and watch it together.
Yeah, I was reading
Nobody showed up. But I'm going to do that every week. When I watch it, I'm going to watch it in StreamYard backstage. And anybody that wants to come watch it with me, I'll post it in the horror movie club. Anybody that wants to come out and watch it too, and just crack jokes, sit here and have a good time and watch them together.
I've been wanting to do that on like Sims Discord for like the longest time because I got to show these motherfuckers like Danger Diabolic and like other movies that.
There's a cartoon series out there called Pantheon, and at first I thought it was like some shitty superhero, animated thing that they're trying to get out there. No, dude, it's like really fucked up shit. Like they're harvesting people's brains to put them into this digital environment, but it kills the person that they're harvesting. Like it's fucking crazy. And then the people they become like digital ghosts in there and they start rebelling against these motherfuckers.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. What is this again?
Pantheon.
Yeah, no, because that sounds like an extended. It sounds like it takes a concept from an episode of Black Mirror and kind of
It kind of reminds me of something like that. Yeah, but it's like and the animation's like really good on it too. Like really.
One show that I think it might just be on Shudder, unfortunately, but there's a show called The Terror that's awesome. That's really good, and it is based on a novel by Dan Simmons, who is a guy who writes like in every genre you could think of. He started out, his first book was a science fiction. His second book was like a mystery. His third book was like a Western. His fourth book is a horror novel. And The Terror is a adaptation of that. And it's really good because it's about a journey of 2 ships, one of them called the Terror, that were traveling to the North Pole looking for what they called the Northern Pass, right? Which doesn't exist. It didn't exist, but they didn't know that at that time, right? And if they could find a route through there, it would have opened trade routes that would have made the empire, the British Empire, like 100 times more powerful, because they would have access to China and India. They just get stuck in the ice, right? And they were never heard from again. This is a true story. They were never heard from again. So the series is about what happens to them. And it's great because it starts out as like a historical drama, and then it turns into like a suspense thriller, and then it turns into a fucking monster movie.
Really? So
Yes,
it's not accurate, right? I mean, historically accurate.
Yeah, you could tell that there were
take some liberties
to make it authentic.
Yeah.
But nobody knows. Hey, we don't know. That's the thing. That's an unsolved mystery. Maybe they were like terrorized by a monster.
Right.
And it's great because in the beginning you think it's like, it's gonna be like a polar bear, and then you see that thing for the first time, and you're like, that's not a polar bear. That's a fucking monster.
And the other one's Perdita
Durango with Javier Bardem. And Rosie Perez. They're both great in that.
Rosie Perez. It's a documentary about her life.
It's crazy. It's in its own genre. You got to see that shit.
We've come here to find a way through to China and India.
Now is our moment to strive to our glory and to our destiny.
But not the director, which probably explains why it's so damn good. So they're traveling north towards the North Pole, right? They get fucking wedged in the fucking ice, and all they can do is wait for the spring thaw. If
they start eating each other.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Preston?
They start eating each other.
Well, it takes a while to get to that. Oh yeah, this is like an Inuit woman.
Our situation is
that they run into
than you may understand.
Kill her father by accident.
That is how you already see it. In need of saving. I do.
Yeah, and really, really great cast.
All-star cast.
Unimaginable temperatures.
Yeah, Jared Harris
rips his eye out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, the way it deals with like what life was like, because there are people that made that journey and like survived, but they just fucking turned around and came back. And like one freaky detail in this, you don't see it. It'd be amazing to. Evidently, it could get so cold that your teeth could explode.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that happens in outer space too.
That's metal.
That's metal as fuck.
Wow.
That's fucking cold, man.
It's like popcorn.
Face melting. What about teeth exploding?
I just noticed that my nephew in Arizona is watching on Facebook. So what's up, Tim? What's up, brother? He is a rapper.
Thank you for tuning in. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate you. We're going to get into tonight's movie, Ginger Snaps, in a minute. I'm just telling the boys here about this really cool series called The Terror.
Oh. I found only one set of prints. Large. 20 inches across.
But yeah, you see, I mean, like, you know, there are scenes of like, you know, people have their toes amputated because of frostbite and shit like that.
Whether it was our grief or fatigue, I cannot say, but some of us became convinced that it continued to track us. Here.
Oh, fuck.
Right, so then there's this thing.
Dude, I want to watch this fucking movie.
This is so one of the things that Jared Harris's character does is he sends out a rescue party, which is to say, get a bunch of guys and some sledges and put, you know, some lifeboats, fill them with fucking food and supplies, and just have them fucking hoof it, and until they can find like a settlement or something like that. Maybe they can run into some Eskimos, somebody that's going to be able to help them. And when they set out on the second party, this is what they find. This is what happened to the original.
Jeez, look at that shit.
Yeah.
I love expedition horror.
Oh man, then you'll love this.
I love the Manifest Destiny.
Oh my god, yeah. Great. Oh, what a great comic that is.
This kind of darkness, do you see it among us here?
That's that fool from Underworld. The last one. He was like the werewolf god or whatever. Like, who is that guy?
Oh, no, I think you're thinking of another actor. I think you're thinking of Michael Sheehan?
No, this is like Underworld 5 Blood Wars. The worst one.
Okay. Oh, okay. Underworld 5.
Yeah, that's why he would, the guy talking terrible. At the end. It was like, oh,
you know what's terrible? I really do not like the Underworld series. I've watched all 5.
I love the Underworld series.
I like the second. Yeah, no, I like the third one. I like the third
my favorite,
one.
but I like
1, 2, and 3.
And then rest of all.
The fifth one's kind of like they lost a little bit of the money. You know what I mean? I got to go back and rewatch it again. But yeah, I like them all. You know, like
the third one's when they went back in time, right?
Yeah, the prequel. Yeah, the fourth one's way in the future, and then the fifth one's
so it takes place like in this vampire werewolf world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
That was like fucking Legacy. That was like Blood Omen.
Vampire Knights. That shit was killer.
This Bill Nye just fucks it up on screen. Like he just kills it.
Oh my god!
So does
Dude, that's the other thing I love about that movie because he was the best thing about the first one. I thought.
Yeah. And then, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that that vampire heavy. You remember that heavy metal vampire series? You got a copy of it. Like it's completely painted. That graphic novel.
Yes.
The Requiem or something like that.
That's it right there.
That's the one I want.
That's what it reminded me of.
I want that shit. That's by what's his name? Pat something?
Pat Mills.
Pat Mills, right?
Pat Mills and fucking I remember the other.
Got Vlad the Impaler in there and shit. Like, damn, I was like that was like the one. That's one of the books
so
I want to get.
It fucking burns my fucking
issues, right?
But the third movie reminded me of that because they had the vampire.
Oh yeah,
right.
That's like my favorite subgenre, bro. That's why I like Blood Omen so much.
Yeah,
Legacy.
Is that a fucking werewolf or is that fucking werewolf?
Fantasy horror, dude.
Right, dude.
That's fucking dope, dude.
Yeah, but you know what sucks? What sucks? It makes me hate. Well, who was it that told me about this first? I forget whether it was Sim or
not in English
because it's a French comic.
I told you about it.
What?
Yeah.
You're gonna read 2 of these, and you're like, "Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Give me the next one." It's not in English yet.
You can get the rest of them in English, but you can only get it digitally. And they are printed in English, but nobody's giving them up. You know what I'm saying? Like
so you can,
one person was giving them up.
Never been printed, but you have to pay maybe a couple $1,000.
Well, they had a guy that had the whole series up for sale on eBay in English and everything, right? He won $900 for the series, and I was like, "There's no goddamn way I can justify that shit." Dude.
I want that shit. I've been wanting to do that. Like ever since I seen the art, it had like Vlad the Impaler, all these different werewolves in hell, and I don't know, just
the art is worth it. Just the art,
just the art. Dude. That's why I got Frank.
Him and Pat Mills worked on another book too, called I think it was Elysia.
Oh yeah, he's got a gang of dope shit. Like,
but it's same artist and Pat Mills worked on it. It was about a witch, you know?
Yeah,
and she was killed like in the 1800s or 1700s, and then she came back in like year 3000 or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was nuts, dude.
Fuck, that's so cool, man. And it's large.
The artist is Olivier Ledoux.
Olivier.
Fucking French comics, man. I keep saying
that's where it's at, man.
That's one of the reasons.
I want to move there, bro.
That dude is the reason why I want to paint a book.
I know artists that have moved there because in France, comic book art is treated like art, like legitimate art, and the people who make it are treated like artists.
Yeah, it's becoming more accepted now here.
No fucking respect for what you guys do. No fucking
getting there. The poor bastards are getting there. You know?
Oh man, the fucking Hammer horror comics, man. Oh, God,
I saw that, man. You were talking about.
I've been looking for if they could release those collected. Yeah, that would be
fuck that, dude. Those things are not expensive. Like they're not expensive at all. Like I know. I got that werewolf one. It's fucking amazing, dude. Like the interior art, everything.
Brian Boland, fucking John Bolton.
Damn.
Like these fucking, oh man, some of the
Crazy.
line work too on
Oh, dude, then they do a retrospective in there. Like they never
really?
just like in the one I got with the, the Wolfman.
Yeah.
Like they did a retrospective all the way
yeah.
back to the first werewolf movie till to the Hammer movie. And I was like,
sick.
Damn,
yeah, I mean
they got them on eBay.
yeah.
Where they got them, Preston? Oh, okay.
I got mine off of eBay.
Oh, you got some of the fan art right here?
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty okay. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a good movie poster, like if you're selling the movie,
Yes. And it's obviously this is a fan poster.
Yeah.
But as as we've seen, the fan posters are often like way better than the actual official ones.
Always, dude. They always nail it. Like they nail the whole
It's because they do it out of love, dude. That's
This is okay.
That's what
this is
fan,
shit.
Huh? Yeah, that's dog shit.
shit.
It's like
That's
Matrix
garbage.
or something or Frighteners.
This is fucking
That's somebody.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
Photoshopped hot young cast. Remember, like from the Scream era. This was like around the time that
Buffy
Scream
the
came out.
Vampire. Oh wait, Josh Whedon.
Is that,
Ginger's
is
next.
that Ginger Snaps or Dawson's Creek?
Right?
I don't know which one.
Right?
Ginger Creek.
Thank you. This is a little bit of fan art. Not really my
A little bit of chibi shit.
thing. Yeah.
Chibi
It's like we're not
man.
even related anymore. You're fucked. This is a really good one. A fan poster.
That's kind of cool. I kind of dig that.
That's like some Walden. That's like some bookstore shit right there. Like some Barnes and Noble. Like you're walking,
Yeah, because it doesn't look.
Shit.
It doesn't look like a horror comic art. It looks like slice of life comic art.
Or even like
Looks
a zine.
modern DC Comics is what.
Dude, nail on the head.
I like it though. I like this
for sure. No, yeah, it's cool because we know what it is, so we're like, yeah, okay. And it's ginger orange, and they hate ginger, so it wouldn't be a DC comic. It wouldn't happen.
There you go. There you go. She's got the
She
curse.
never made the cover, guys.
She's got the ginger.
Nope.
Let me see.
Dude, we got to make a book called Where Ginger.
Or where
I've
chick.
seen Dead
Where
by
chick sounds pretty cool.
Like he's a normal dude during the day, and then at night he turns into a ginger, like when the moon.
Oh, what the hell's happening to me?
What happened to my soul?
I'm red. I got freckles on my nose.
Talk about like being alert, like getting burnt up by sunlight.
Yeah, I know, right?
Ah.
Like Cartman.
My Irish brothers, man, my Irish brothers and sisters, they don't fare any better than we Germans, man.
Oh, me
The
neither,
sun
dude.
is not fucking kind to those.
I'd rather
those
hide from the
peeps.
fucking that big old ball of fucking gas, dude. I get out the way. I really like the way it opens up, dude. I think that first shot really sets the tone of the movie. It just makes like the suburbs so dark, like and that's their life. You know what I mean? Because I went back
Suburban Gothic.
Exactly. It sets it up. You don't really know what it is, but it's the suburbs and it's moody and dark, and then the whole like dog being devoured, like, oh fuck, we're in for something new, and then you see that and you're like, oh, okay, maybe there's some ancient like puritanical fucking witchery or something. That's what I got. And then I thought of the third movie when I saw that sign right there, and then the fields. You know what I'm talking?
That's what's so interesting about. You see, that's what I love about when someone like you, for instance, like you've seen 3 first. So then when you were watching 1 and 2, you're gonna have a very different experience than I had.
Yeah.
It's like my boy Chris. Chris, much love to you if you're listening, brother. He had never seen any of the Sergio Leone movies. And so he could like do something if he wanted to, which was, here's the thing. Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is a trilogy in reverse.
Right. Yeah.
So technically, you could start out with
Classic.
Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and watch the entire series in reverse order, and it would be in a linear sequence moving forward.
It's crazy, huh?
Man. I just geek out over shit like that.
When I was watching this yesterday, or day before yesterday, whatever it was, when she starts screaming, I had to jump up and turn the TV down. Thought I was going to wake up everybody.
The audio was pretty loud, huh? Right there.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that's cool.
Yeah, that right there, man. When she starts screaming, I was like, "Oh shit!" Jumped up.
All the like kids playing street hockey, they're like, "What the fuck? What's she talking? What's she screaming about?"
Yeah, I mean, that's when I moved in here. First thing I did was made friends with the neighbors, right, and let them know, like, hey, especially the people that live below me. I'm like, I like to watch horror movies late at night, loud.
So if you hear women screaming in my room.
Yeah, exactly. If you hear women screaming bloody murder, screaming for help. No, you know, I mean, I just,
if I did that, they would immediately call the cops on me.
I know, right? And look, this is a horror movie. Pets never fare well in horror movies.
Nope.
Cats, dogs, I don't care if it's a fucking guinea pig or a hamster. If it's in a fucking horror movie, it's just not going to fare well.
Speaking of pets, they got a movie on Netflix called Killer with fucking Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender. The Killer. Yeah, with Michael Fassbender. Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
That was brutal, dude. It was really good.
I've heard that.
Who directed that? That's like a big director did that one, right? The one where he's an assassin, right?
Yeah, dude. And he's such a good actor. Like his eyes are like shark eyes all the way through.
Yeah.
It's like a serpent. Yeah.
Dude, I forgot who directed that. It's like a pretty well-known director, I think, that did that one.
I know that John Woo.
That's who it was. It was John Woo, wasn't it?
No,
John Woo just did the new movie with Joel Kinnaman. That new one with Joel Kinnaman, that Silent or Deadly Night or whatever.
Yes, Silent Night. Yeah,
that was good, dude.
I want to see
that too. That was brutal.
I wasn't gonna watch it, and then I found out like this is a new John Woo joint.
Yeah, he was like the Punisher.
Direct the Punisher movie.
Oh, really?
You'd have to.
No, he was. It was basically the Punisher. Yeah, except when nobody speaks in this whole movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Silent Night.
Yeah.
Like nobody speaks.
Oh, really?
It's
a silent film with sound effects.
Yeah, and it's really good, dude.
Okay, I'm in.
I would love for Catherine Isabel to be mean to me. Dr. A, the prolific Dr. A chimes in. Yeah, man. Well, you know what? She is a sexy werewolf in this at a point, right? When she's like, when she's got like the kind of the thing going on with the brow and everything.
You mean when she starts turning Klingon?
Yeah, and then she gets a little, she gets progressive. But that's what's cool too. It's like when she gets bitten, she becomes sexier, hotter, which is something that would happen in a Hammer movie. But then she starts to cross the line into becoming more and more monstrous.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little tail, man, like that was something new. Like I hadn't seen that before.
Totally. Because the werewolves,
that though. She once she got over the tail, she was fine. She did everything. She just did her thing after that.
When she's strapping it, like to her thigh. Oh yeah, here's a nice.
Oof.
That was so quick too. I mean, damn, I didn't even like. Yeah, when you pause it, you can see the whole beast. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
it's cool too.
It's really cool really cool werewolf design in here. I really like the practical.
It makes
effects.
it extra creepy that it's like hairless.
There's a couple scenes though. There's a couple scenes in there where I feel that like they could have slapped on a little more jelly on the snout, on the nose and the eyes.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying they just could have sprayed it, just hosed it down a little bit, make it a little juicier. Some scenes it's juicy, and some scenes it's dried out. Like I'm being 100%. I'm not talking shit or nothing. I'm saying practically, like they should have. I'll get some jelly on the snout and get some rub the eyes down there. It's drying out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now look, dude has this little tiny tail.
Yeah, a little piggy tail coming out.
He had a big old fucking prehensile shit growing out of her.
Well, what's interesting about this werewolf design is that it looks like what I would expect a werewolf to look like, in that it's unnatural.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That it looks like an aberration. It looks like something that's not supposed to be.
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say you can tell the males apart from the females, because the females got this great big long fucking tail and the males got that little wimpy shit.
Kind of makes sense in a way, right?
You know what's interesting about this shot too? This is stop motion.
Oh no,
Is it really?
Yes. This is stop motion right here.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, isn't that cool? And it happens. That's one of the things I really respect the director John Fawcett for. When he was raising the funds for this, one of the things that caused him a little bit of trouble was he was like, no CGI.
That's how I am,
It's
man.
not a guy in a suit.
No. Isn't that incredible?
Some of the scenes are.
Some of the it's a puppet. Yeah. It's like a animatronic. Yeah.
Dude, I think that some of the scenes actually have a person, like a couple like shots.
Are you sure that's not a guy in a suit? Because that looks like a guy in a suit. Like that doesn't move like stop motion.
A guy in a suit. Here's the thing, though. A guy in a suit, it's still a puppet. The guy in a suit is a puppeteer. It's like that's what I always say about the Godzilla movies. It's not a guy in a suit. It's a puppet. But it's like a Big Bird kind of puppet.
I get that.
It's their whole body.
That's not really stop motion though. Like stop motion is something way different.
It's incredibly time consuming. It's incredibly time consuming, but it's blink and you miss it.
Well, I think they use stop motion in here. They use the puppet and they use the person in the suit, and then some shots combined all three, which is fucking dope. That's what I would do.
Whatever they did, it worked. You know what I'm saying? Like
like you see the way the light is hitting his right haunch.
Corey Borton. Corey Borton in the chat. What's up, brother?
What up, Corey? Thanks for hanging out, man.
So fucking mean looking too. I can't really think of a movie like I've seen like a all floors wolf like that since since American Werewolf.
It's not a werewolf you would want to be.
Yeah, and I like how it's like
looks like it's based off a pit.
Yeah, dude, it does look very dog-like and also very rat-like as well. I would say in some ways.
Yeah.
It's just creepy looking.
And it's fucking it's white, dude. Like it's white, like pale in a way. Damn, look at that. Exploding with blood.
Damn, it looks so good. Like the furless aspect. It doesn't have a lot of fur. I didn't.
You like that? Or you didn't like that, or you did like it?
A werewolf, a wolf should have fur.
Yeah, I like, but I did like it. I did like it. It's cool.
I think they were building up to that though. Like I think that was the beta version of their werewolf. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's constant changing the whole movie. She just keeps changing and changing. Like if you if you go back and really examine her
full-grown one though, right?
Every little thing.
Like the beginning though was a full-grown one and it had no fur.
Yeah, but maybe they're different ones. You know what I mean? Like
we don't know what
she's changing, dude. Every shot, like little things too, little tweaks they're doing to her nose and her nostrils. Especially at the end of the movie when she's going into the party, they're really tweaking her appearance.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We don't know what she would have ended up looking like, but we know what he ended up looking like. And it's like, gotta have fur. It's a werewolf. It's not a fucking furless cat, man. Come on.
She's showing off her tail.
Yeah. So
some people could grow tails like that.
One of my favorite movies.
The tail, panties off, and
I thought the tail was funny, dude, because like one of my characters, I gave him a skin tail like that, and I learned it from watching Seinfeld because George Costanza had one, and some people have that. It's like their tailbone comes out.
We all have the vertebrae for a tail.
Yeah, some people have that, dude, and and I was like, well, dude, what if some dude had like a really mutated long one, like a big skin, fucking disgusting long one coming out of his back? That's why you read it too. He has that, but I never got to get to that in the story.
And he peed out of it.
Sometimes it's in there. Sometimes it's fucking gross though. But yeah, man.
There's the tail. Wait, hold on. Shit, I missed it. Yeah, there's the tail.
Damn, she even wiped her butt. Like, oh, next shot.
I know. I remember one of my girlfriends saying that I should have a tail because I'm on the fuzzy side. So you're just missing a tail. Oh man. Yeah, let's take a look at a clip. Let's run a little piece of the movie here for people for everybody to check out. And like I said, folks, link below in the description where you can watch this excellent little horror movie, absolutely free. And like I mentioned before too, you have a choice. You can either watch the Tubi link that's below, or you can watch this on YouTube. Just look it up. And on YouTube, there's a extended version which runs 148 minutes. The extended version seems to run an extra 158 minutes.
Just let me throw a little disclaimer up there, B. If you're watching on YouTube and it goes black, You can see this live on Brian or my Twitter. Okay, so if it knocks you out, just go to Twitter and you'll see it uncut. All right, so YouTube sucks.
Yeah, it does. And
this is off subject, but I've been looking for a version of Wolf and Cub, like the first movie in English.
Oh, I've got the entire
Anybody
series.
know where I can find that? Like, I've seen it when I was a kid, and I cannot find the motherfucker anywhere. Not the TV series, the movie.
Right.
Like,
yes. The 7 movies. Yeah. I have all of those. I don't know if they have English audio tracks because those movies never made it here to the United States.
No, it was in English though. I remember seeing it as a kid. Like it was on like Channel 26 or Channel 38 late at night.
Was it Shogun Assassin?
It was Wolf. Well, yeah, it was Shogun Assassin. It's the same movie. It's just
Yeah, but here's the thing, dude. Shogun Assassin was a one-off. No, actually, there is another one that they did.
No, there's part 2's in English.
Lightning Swords of Death.
I know part 2's in English and number 1's in English. And the reason why I know it was number 1 that I watched is because they had the 3 Masters of Death at the end, you know.
Masters of Death.
But
you know what? I saw that at the local Alamo. The audience fucking cheered at the end.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm like
and the blood. They were very generous with blood in those movies.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I remember a Vietnam vet teacher of mine seeing that and going, "This is actually pretty realistic."
That's what happens.
Yes, when you fucking hack somebody's carotid artery, you know, their blood's gonna hit the fucking ceiling. Like, I mean, that's the thing that always cracks me up in the movies is when you see somebody's throat slit, and it's just like this little red line.
And they're holding it in. They're like, "Okay, all right, get me to the doctor."
Right. When, like, in RoboCop, right, where he sticks Clarence Boddicker and the blood is going, is spraying out. The audience burst into laughter, and I'm just like,
"But that's real."
But that's way more realistic than fucking, you know, him just drawing a line across his neck and lipstick and going, "Oh."
Well, dude, speaking of gore and blood, man, I really appreciated the intro to this movie. All the little stuff they did for their class, you know. I thought that was all the gags they did. I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. A cool way to start up a horror movie, you know.
It is, and it immediately kind of makes the characters endearing.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, you know, these are like weird girls, and, you know, I was a weird kid. I get it. And they're so just not into normie culture, and they kind of despise the adult world, but they also despise the teenage world as well. They see it all as bullshit. Unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be any punk rock scene where they are. So the only thing that they have to hang on to is each other. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they're creative as fuck. Yeah, let me see.
Shout out to a new Madness member, Heartline Manger. That's who that is. Saying hello, right?
Yeah, that's the first one. Yeah.
Some Christopher Lee action right there.
Yeah,
Dracula.
She's flipping off the camera.
She got Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
Interesting thing about this actress, Emily Perkins, she looks absolutely nothing like this character. And there's no makeup on her either. It's just what she does with her face. She looks completely different.
It's crazy.
The one in the freezer. That's pretty good. The frozen peas and shit. The garage door accident. See, this shit's funny.
Oh yeah, Mimi Rogers. That was a pretty cool.
Yes, she's very.
She really gets down with the horror, man. She was in like Evil Dead.
The funny part is in the movie when they do it, when they act like that's what they did. And Mom's like, "I told you guys, no more deaths in the house."
Yeah, and she finds the fingers.
Like, oh,
this one's really good. This one's really good because it's just like an OD, but they're like pills like jammed in the mouth. Oh man.
Did you see her in
that Out of Hell Leads Up to Light? That's from Milton, Paradise Lost.
Did you see her in Ash versus Evil Dead, man? When she turns into the Deadite?
No,
Starts jumping on
I
the
keep
ceiling.
hearing that that's really good.
Oh yeah, it's the best TV show that's ever graced the screen. You got to check it out, bro. Especially
I
season
do.
1 and 2.
It's been on my list. That's a cute dog. he's just hanging on for dear life to that hockey stick. And the parents don't seem bad, right? They seem
pretty normal, dude.
Yeah.
They seem pretty good.
Pretty understanding.
The 28-minute mark, this was way too much information. I'm saying. Okay, there's like 3 or 4
They're just
minutes
not used to raising a werewolf. That's what it is.
Well, here's the thing. Remember how, like I said earlier, that this is a horror drama?
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is right. So it doesn't necessarily hit you at the gate. I mean, you do know at the very beginning of the movie, it's almost like the beginning of New York Ripper, right? Where the guy's playing with his dog and the dog comes out with a human hand in its mouth. It's like,
you know,
that scene here with the paw. It's in the sandbox. You're in a fucking horror movie.
Yeah.
It's just, you don't necessarily know what kind of a horror movie it's going to be. If it's going to be how ruthless it's going to be. And this is not a ruthless horror film by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, it's a very good one, but it's not. It has a different approach than something like Night of the Living Dead or Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Horror Express, where it's like the movie's out to get you.
The cool part of it is in the beginning, it's like she's trying to reject it, and then she embraces it.
Right.
And it's like you see her go through, I don't know what this is. This is fucking crazy too. Yeah, fuck it, I can't beat it. Join it. You know what I mean? It's like, and it gets, it has its moments. I'll give it that. It has its moments.
No. See fucking Shout Factory and Scream Factory. They're always putting out the dope shit, and I wouldn't be surprised if the extended version's on that. So yeah, this is when they're out looking for this girl's dog so they can kidnap it. They don't want to kill it. They just want to put out like some fake guts or something like that and convince this girl that is a total bitch to them that her dog's been devoured, because it turns out that dogs are getting whacked all across the community. It's just something that's happening, but nobody seems to be taking it seriously.
Let's get out of here.
Shadowhawk, yeah. It says, any of you watch Being Human?
Being Human, yes.
Oh yeah, Being Human. Both of them.
The
UK and the American versions were pretty goddamn good.
I've only seen the UK version.
Two different stories.
I mean, I would hope, I mean, there's no point in just remaking something just, shot for shot.
Well, they start off following the same storyline, and then they veer off of each other. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool. Also, they had to change like the storyline because they had to kill off that one character because he was going to be in the Hobbit movies.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yep.
I want to throw a little shout out to all the Facebook group admins that are approving this post in their group. Thank you. You guys brought.
Hell yeah.
Ginger.
Yeah, so her sister just got. Something just grabbed her and just dragged her ass into the woods. And that's one of the things that I think that's great about this.
What I like is that little girl's got balls. She goes after her. She didn't run away.
Oh, yeah, no, she absolutely does.
They do
She's
a good job
a really brave character for sure.
Yeah.
They do a good job of like keeping the beast at bay and not showing too much.
These two girls, actually, I'm gonna say they sold their parts. They did really well in their parts. Both.
If you're doing a horror drama, it's all about the acting.
Yeah.
Hereditary, I would call a horror drama for sure. And fucking Toni Collette got robbed. She deserved a fucking Oscar for that.
I think some horror actors and actresses really get the short end of the stick because they really have to sell a character. Right?
Oh, for sure. Well, it's like the straight man in comedy duos, right? All the glory goes to the funny guy, not to the straight man. But it's the straight man that makes it that actually makes everything so fucking funny.
But I mean, in a horror movie, it's like you got to sell what? Fear. You got to sell fear or courage, one or the other, right? And those are probably the two hardest things to sell to a fan. I mean, you know, it's like you can't go overboard with badass, but you got to still try and be badass, right? You go overboard, nobody buys you.
No courage without fear, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a hard sell, and good victims in horror movies and good heroes in horror movies don't get the credit they deserve.
No, they don't.
For the role.
They never have.
You know?
That's because horror is an illicit genre, right? Like I was saying about Toni Collette getting screwed out of an Academy. I don't even know. Did she even get nominated that year for Hereditary? That's like one of the best performances I've ever seen. It's just like, but it's the same way like Jeremy Irons didn't get the Academy Award for Dead Ringers. He got it the next year for another movie that was.
It's like all fixed. That's why.
Yeah.
I don't even look at those things.
The Academy Awards, it's like the Grammys. It's like, who even takes that shit fucking seriously for the last fucking 20 or 30 years?
No, none of it. For about 40 years, actually.
And then worst of all, then you've got the Rock and Roll House of Fame, which to me is the least. Having a Rock and Roll House of Fame, Hall of Fame,
rock and roll.
is the least rock and roll thing I could possibly fucking think
Didn't they pass over Metallica for best heavy metal album of the year for Jethro Tull?
Yes. Not
only that, they have like rappers in there now and shit. It's pretty fucking lame.
Yeah, I mean, there's
but the point is that they passed over Metallica for Jethro Tull for the best heavy metal album of the year.
But also
metal.
Best metal. That was the first Grammy issued for a heavy metal record.
Right? What is the best?
So it's just different.
Hall of
Those
Fame
bands are in different
acceptance.
genres.
What's the best Rock and Roll Hall of Fame acceptance speech of all time?
Fuck you guys, I'm going home.
No. Alex Lifeson, when they finally let Rush in, and he got up there and he went blah, 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 blah. And he told the whole fucking story about how they snubbed Rush and everything and getting the phone call that they're finally going in. And he said the whole story. And if you knew the story, you could follow along. And he used one word, blah. That was the whole acceptance speech. It's the best Rock and Roll Hall of Fame expected.
Well, those guys are geniuses.
All time.
Like, serious.
He's like also a big Trailer Park Boys fan, so
yeah.
That's fun. Yeah, no, that's fucking awesome. But yeah, or like when the Red Hot Chili Peppers accepted, the fact that they went and got everybody that was ever in the band, even if it was only for like 5 minutes. Right? It was like I drummed with them for like 2 shows.
Yeah.
I get a call like, hey man, we're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's fucking cool.
The Chili Peppers.
No Boys are called Hall of Fame, but NWA. What? Again, different fucking genre. Different fucking genre. You're talking like hip hop House of Fame.
And the thing is that there is going to be a hip hop Hall of Fame, and there ain't going to be no rock and roll motherfuckers in it. Not one.
Nope.
Oh, you don't know that. Kid Rock.
It's just lame.
Kid Rock might be jumping into that.
But see, Kid Rock will already be in there. He'll be one of the honorary members.
Oh yeah, I just played this one.
Oh no, he is a Trump supporter.
Yeah, I know.
I could give 2 shits about fucking Kid Rock. That guy is like no talent as far as I'm concerned. But then again, I thought Ted Nugent was cool when I was 6.
I never liked Ted Nugent. I was never a Ted Nugent.
What an asshole. What an asshole. Like I said, I thought he was the coolest thing on earth, but when I was like fucking 6 years old. So.
16 or dead in the scene, but together forever. United against.
Yeah, it's they're packed. And that
Actually,
really is the heart
has
of the
no
movie.
vocals. I just want you to know, Ted Nugent's best song has no vocals. It's called Hibernation. If you listen to the version on Double Live Gonzo,
Double Live
it's just
Gonzo,
him
yeah,
playing
no, that was my
guitar.
shit.
Yeah,
That
it's
was my
just
shit,
him playing guitar and it fucking jams. It ain't got no stupid lyrics, you know. But it's probably his best tune ever out of everything ever.
I would agree because every record he put out after that was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Scream Dream. When he shaved his beard, that's when he became really lame. When he shaved his beard.
Do it.
Like
Oh, I see. These are scenes with
the Mean Girls.
Ginger. Yeah.
I hated Lenny Kravitz too. I never liked Lenny Kravitz.
Who?
Oh, Lenny Kravitz is a fucking male model. He's the Jared Leto of rock and roll.
Yeah.
Well, he's got his roots are in Hollywood.
Mr. GQ.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Preston?
His roots are in Hollywood. Like his mother was the
Yes.
wife of the white guy on the Jefferson.
Yes.
Jefferson.
Yeah, and that's fine, but like whatever. It's just like the guy's is not.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that's why
It's
he's
just like
famous.
an empty
It's not
suit. He's a
because
male
he was
model. He's not a fucking musician.
No.
You lie back and relax. Oops. I'll behave.
Oh yeah, she fucking bangs this kid in the back of the car, like practically grapes him, and
Turns him.
Yeah, I mean, and then it turns out he got it. That it's like a venereal disease too. Like it passed on through body fluids, evidently.
I wonder if they took that premise and used it in Ferals.
Wicked.
That's crazy.
Wicked. There's all the
Wicked, huh?
I would think that
That's the exact premise in Ferals.
It is. But does it come from this movie? I doubt it. It might. But that's the thing. It's like when you're working with werewolves or vampires or Frankenstein or something like that, you have a choice. You can stick to the original folklore or the original book, or you can look at all the different fucking versions and adaptations and twists and then just fucking treat that shit like a salad bar. Like, I'll take a little of this, take a little of that, and then fucking create your own thing. And you can fucking create an infinite number. I mean, that's why there's so many vampire and werewolf movies, is because these are very simple, very primal fucking monsters, and you can just keep reinventing.
But the fucked up part is that there's very, very, very few good werewolf movies out there.
Yes,
Yeah.
Stephen King mentioned this in his
They
Dusk
always
of Hunt,
cheap out
which
on
was
the
his book
monster.
about horror.
Yeah.
It was like, it's been like 30, 40 years since there was a good horror movie, but shortly after that book came out, we had the fucking Howling, we had American Werewolf in London.
Silver Bullet.
Silver Bullet is good.
Yeah.
Although not great.
No, not great, but it was okay.
Of course, he did that book with Bernie.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, Rod the what was that called?
Cycle of a Werewolf.
No,
Yes,
it wasn't a
Cycle of
werewolf movie. It was a horror movie, but it was Bernie Wrightson did all the artwork in it.
Well, there's a couple. There's My Demon Lover, which is just like a rom-com, total shit. And then he
But the
also
kid in the
did,
movie was an artist, and his portfolio
The
was
Mist.
Bernie Wrightson's.
The Monsters in the Mist. He did the designs for those too.
And Land of the Dead.
What the fuck are you?
Did he really?
Uh-huh.
You know, we were just.
To me, it's a crime. To me, like, that's fucked up. You should not have a Bernie Wrightson or a Mike Plug doing that shit, where it's like you can't see it. It's like every they should be forced. Everything you draw has to be widely available in a published source. None of this
go back and watch
fucking,
that again.
none of this fucking storyboard shit. Let somebody else do fucking storyboards.
Girls,
Although if you're talking character designs, that's something totally
Yeah, I
different.
think it was just some character designs.
Daddy, you want some?
I know
It's still
Fling
not
did a lot
right.
of storyboards.
Yeah, this is that sexy gentleman just hanging out. Yeah,
this is what I'm talking about.
Telling
You see her revolving.
Talking about a storyboard or something. I was like, what?
Like albino now.
Yeah, but check her face out. She's got like a wolf nose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now she's got the Klingon forehead. She's got the.
Well, that's the thing. Captain Kirk would absolutely fucking hit.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. He'd let her sit captain stare, dude.
Yeah.
And at this point, I would too. At this point, I would
down
too.
there in front of the whole bridge crew.
Right. Yeah, that's a hot-looking monster. That's a sexy monster.
Out by 16 or dead in the scene.
But
that's what I said.
It becomes considerably less sexy.
This is what I mean. She went with it. She embraced it. She went with it.
Yeah, but it's,
I don't think she has any choice, though. I think that's part of the curse.
It's not her choice. It's the disease. It's the disease that's doing that to her. Remember when we did Bad Moon?
Yeah.
Just like in the beginning, she was fighting it, but she went even tried to saw the tail off, and she'd be like, ah.
Well, that's because it took her so quickly. Remember, shortly after she gets attacked, like
What's
one
up,
of the
Chris?
things that fixes her sister out is like the wounds are already healing.
What's up, Chris?
Yeah.
Like 15
Yeah.
minutes after the
Quick,
attack.
too.
What up, Chris? Good to see you.
Pale
brother.
Rider is starting to get to this dude, man. He's starting
Where
to
the
own
fuck
it.
is Sim?
He's
We're doing a
starting to
Canadian
own it.
movie tonight. God damn it. I think this may have been shot in Quebec, too. So where's our Quebecois brother?
Ontario or someplace like that, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, this wasn't shot in Quebec. You're right. This was shot in Ontario.
Yeah.
Because you also do see those license plates at one point. It says Ontario.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's still Canadian, so he should still be here.
It's all
Damn Canadians.
But yeah, so what did you guys think of Ginger Snaps?
Dude, Ginger Snaps has always been one of my favorite series of movies. Yeah.
Dude, you seen all the comments I dropped during the movie as I was
Yes.
watching it, right?
Yes.
Like I said, there's very few werewolf movies that are good. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very short list. I really liked it, man. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to see like what's up with the second and third one. You know.
But see, watching movies
You're gonna
by
enjoy those.
myself, it's not much fun. I'd rather like hang out with people, like go to the movies with people, shit like that. Sitting here watching it by myself, it's like, eh.
Dude, I'm with you. I'm totally down with that. If we could get away with it.
No, we just watch it backstage. We just watch it together backstage, not live.
Well, 80s guy.
And then we still come out here and do the show, but we
Here's
just
the thing.
still watch
80s
it.
guy has a system. 80s guy has a system where you can stream live and you can't show the film, but you can provide a link where people can watch it like simultaneously as you're watching it.
Will they be on the same like they start the movie at the same time?
Yeah,
you're right.
I mean, you can do that, or you can all just pop into the StreamYard where I have it on the screen right here, and we're all watching it.
You know, that might work if you update the link like every 5 to 10 minutes to go ahead and make sure that people are, you know, catching it where we're at.
I know that there's a way. I gotta ask 80s guy knows how to do that shit. And unfortunately he is not here with us this evening.
I just definitely wanted, you know, it's like it was like if people would have popped in, we could have been cracking jokes together, watching it together, you know.
Yeah, but
that's all I was doing. I was like cracking jokes.
On.
I was cracking jokes in your Twitter group about the
you didn't
movie
like this,
after
did you?
You know, just to try to let people know this. Come over here and watch it. It's fucking hilarious, man. It's like, you know what I mean? Because you know how, man, horror movies to me are fun for the most part. I giggle my ass off usually. So
for me, it depends on the movie. To me, you know, I mean, I think that Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead are balls out horror movies, but I laugh my ass off when I'm watching those too.
I can tell you, I was severely disappointed.
Dude, I haven't found one yet that I didn't like. At least find something to chuckle about. It's like, you know?
Look, that's the best. This is why horror is the best genre. Even if because any other genre, think about this. Any other genre, you watch a bad a film that's from that genre, it'll just be unwatchable. But I can think of tons of really bad horror movies that I've found immensely entertaining.
That were still funny, yeah.
That horror is the only genre where the movie can suck and it's still like you can still watch it, you know.
I was
And
severely disappointed that Terrifier never came out on Christmas Day.
Oh yeah, my apologies. Apologies.
I was actually looking forward to that. I was like, oh.
I made a mental note too. I was going to do that at the beginning of the stream. Yes, I got bad information that the Terrifier 2 would be coming out this Christmas.
3.
No, it's coming out next October. So
is it 2 or is it 3?
It's 3, and it's going to be a Christmas themed movie. It's going to be a Christmas slasher. And we know that Lauren Lavera, I believe, the young lady.
This is the part that, you know, too much information. They didn't need to do the school nurse.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did, because this is just showing you. It's just like these girls are having a hard time, right? They're having a hard time. Now they have to deal with this shit.
I'm actually there with Brian, because if you're going to do a movie about high school teens that turn into werewolves, then you have to do this part.
Right.
You know.
The curse. Hello. Right. And, you know, and that's the thing. It's just.
That lady's having way too much fun.
She looks like an Aardman animation character.
It looks
she
like Ichabod Crane, dude.
She does, doesn't she?
Right.
Fucking
this
Bing
is
Crosby.
the creepiest part of the movie to me right here.
Well, that's the thing too. In high school, the people that they send you to for help are no fucking help.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
Dude, I'll tell you a story. Like I was in fucking elementary school. I was running down the hall and I had my sharpened pencil in my back pocket, right?
Yeah.
So I come back with my arm and I come forward with it and I got the point embedded in my forearm.
Ow.
Oh. Well, everybody knows lead pencils aren't made of lead. They're made of graphite.
Right. Yeah,
Well, they had me in the office and they're like, should we pull it out? He's got lead. Do you think he's got lead poisoning now?
Such dumbasses, man.
Every person in that fucking office thought I had lead poison.
Yep.
You will never meet dumber people than high school teachers. You really won't.
This wasn't high school. This was
rare
like
exception.
elementary.
Oh yeah, they're idiots too. I mean, which is perfectly fine. Their whole job is to basically teach you how to be stupid.
Yeah,
you know,
pretty much.
To not ask questions and just fucking fall in line. And then you get to college, and the first thing they tell you in college, you get into any classes. Oh yeah, all that shit they taught you in high school, get that out of your head. That was all bullshit.
Yeah, because we're about to brainwash you in a different way.
Right.
Yeah, no. I mean, well, nowadays I would imagine, but I'm talking about like in the 80s, and this is like just
some of the most famous
practice
people out there
starting.
have dropped out of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, they just my drugs and human behavior course, which is like psychopharmacology, right? The first thing the fucking teacher did was like, oh yeah, like all that stuff they taught you in high school, all the scare films they showed you, all the shit you've seen on the news and TV. That's all bullshit. It's all lies. It's all lies. And so get that out of your head, and I'm going to teach you like the truth. And then you can find that it's also kind of like that in your history class. It's also kind of like that in your English class. And it ends up being like that. Yeah, you're just like, wow. It's like the truth is available for if you can afford it, if you can afford to go to college, or if you get a fucking.
You want the truth? Go look for it yourself.
Like a scholarship or something.
The truth is in every library out there. You just have to go hunt it.
Yeah,
you know
you have to do the homework. Yeah, well, now with the internet, it's a lot easier to fucking find shit out.
Exactly.
I actually you know what's funny? This is really funny. I found myself getting pissed off and jealous today because I was reading a book called My Favorite Things Are Monsters. And there's a little bit in there about St. Christopher being like the monster saint, right? That he was a dog's head, a cynocephali, right? And I was thinking, like, damn, it's like all this information that the Book of Enoch, the Nephilim, all that shit. I had to learn all that shit from books, and now motherfuckers, they just have to do a fucking Google search and they find that shit.
Not even that. Now you just fucking put on TikTok and it fucking has whole video with animation and
right.
Absolutely, YouTube too. They got the same thing.
Same exact shit. Short.
But that's a good thing. It's just I was cracking up at how fucking how butthurt I was. I have to fucking
Sometimes when I have downtime, I'll watch like
and shit to find all that shit.
I'll watch a 2-hour documentary on the different monsters of Lovecraft.
Oh yeah, I'll put that shit on while I'm drawing in the background and just kind of listen.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my god! And
you should see my non-devils folder.
Oh.
There's the werewolf movie within the werewolf movie.
I know, right? Gotta have like a fake mask, kind of big rubber mall mask.
Yeah, see, this is what you more expect a werewolf to look like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they could have done this and gotten away with it too. But clearly they did not have a big effects budget for this. Interesting piece of trivia about this movie is that they had a real hard time finding a U.S. distributor for it. They found foreign distributors very, very easily when they took this to like Sundance Film Festival or some shit like that.
It was the teenage girl aspect, wasn't it?
I don't know. But they just weren't. I think it's because they were like thinking like, oh well, it's a horror movie, so it should be like an exploitation thing. And this is almost, I wouldn't call this art house horror. I would call this horror drama, like The Sixth Sense. You know, I was shocked that people found that movie scary.
And it's like a coming of age story too. You know what I mean? Like them going,
absolutely.
Exiting, you know what I mean? Growing up as in high school and shit. So
yes,
it was one of the few movies where I wasn't really like, all right, let's get to the monster. Let's get to the monster.
Yeah.
You know?
No, and I was saying earlier how they kept the monster at bay. I mean, they completely show it, like Brian with the stop frame, whatnot. You know, but I didn't even notice it. I mean, could see all the details in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this movie is awesome. Like, and again, another one of those like overlooked gems that I been kind of waiting. I was waiting to get around to watch the third movie. I thought the third one was the first one, you know, because it's in a different time. So,
right.
Could watch it like that, I guess. I don't think
that's the cool thing, though, is that you can watch the third one and you don't have to have watched the first two. Although
I want to watch the third one and then go back and watch the second one. Like,
exactly.
It could be
and
a fun
the second
little
one is even better.
It's like in an asylum or something like that.
Yeah,
this is like I said. These movies, dude, like they just get better. You know?
There's only 3, right? No. Someone said there was 5 of them. I was like, really? I thought there was.
I don't think so. I think there's only 3.
No, there's just 3. There's just 3.
What happened was
this came out and it didn't get it. They could not find a U.S. distributor for this. I don't think I might be wrong. They may have played a couple of art houses, right? But this is also the kind of movie that's the problem also with art house horror is that, well, it's horror, so it can't play the art house, right? Because the art house is too snooty to allow horror to play on its screens. But then if you show this at a drive-in or something like that, then the horror audience is going to be like, wait, there's too much talking in this. what is this? This is not like what I was expecting. And I think that's why they had trouble finding it.
And I will say this, like, I'm so thankful, like modern directors haven't put their eye on us and were like, hey, let's remake it.
Well, look, horror right now is really undergoing a renaissance. There's so much garbage out there, but there's also fly shit. You know, it's just like anything else. When they're making 1 billion Westerns, that means there's going to be a couple that are going to be iconic and classic, right? Same thing with horror. Like the majority of it's going to be garbage, but there's so many good ones too. You Will Not Be Saved.
That was good. Yeah,
that was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I love
that
was
Argentinian
that horror, or was
movie
that
about
sci-fi?
Demonic Possession.
Which one was that?
Oh, that's I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's
I might have seen it. It's possible. We've been watching a lot of ghost stories lately. Yeah. Is it Exorcism?
Tina, let me see. It was. Why am I blanking on the fucking name for that? That's terrible. But
you're just not a true.
It'll come to me. It'll come to me in a minute, or I'll fucking find it. Because I know also now that it's like the New Year's coming up, a lot of people have been releasing 10 best lists and 10 worst lists. Spooky Astronauts, she's a really good online horror critic. This Australian chick. Infinity Pool is on. When Evil Lurks. Yes, When Evil Lurks. Yeah, that's a completely original. I mean, because there have been so many demonic possession movies. It's been one of the subgenres that's really been taking off in recent years, and so it's been done to death. And this is one that I think is really original, and it treats the notion of demonic possession as a kind of contagion. That is to say, when people get possessed, they become kind of like time bombs, which is to say, you have to be really careful, because if you kill them while they're possessed,
that's right.
It's gonna release like basically an explosion, like a radioactive cloud of evil.
I've been meaning to see that. Is that in English or is it in?
I've seen. I watched it in what do they speak in Argentina?
Argentinian.
Argentinian. Is that a thing?
Spanish.
Portuguese or something, like, because I know in Brazil they
Spanish.
speak Portuguese. It sounded like Spanish to me. It sounded like Spanish, but not the Castilian, which is very whatchamacallit, lispy.
There's a movie coming out too called The Satanic Hispanics.
Oh, I've seen that. It's
good.
It's an anthology. It's by different directors, so it's a mixed bag. Do I recommend watching it? Hell yeah. The last one in particular has a monster that is fucking awesome. So yeah, Satanic Hispanics. Yeah, thumbs up on that. I do recommend that. Catch that if you can. Not sure where that is right now. Yeah, there's like one goat that's standing out here. Right, so naturally that's a nice shot, of course. So they're not just possessing people; they can possess animals too, of course.
It's like, shoot.
Exactly. Go ahead, fucking please pull that fucking trigger. And so when he does, it unleashes a contagion of evil. And what's cool about this too is that it's basically set in. This is actually apocalyptic horror, because society is broken down to a large degree, and of course, nobody goes to church anymore because people don't see this as evidence of God. It's not that they don't believe in God; it's that they believe that God has abandoned them.
I think it's because they just got smart.
Dude, if there's
They
demons,
decided they weren't going to be
if there's
bitches
demons,
anymore.
that means there's a God. I mean, if anything, that I would think
A really evil God that sends demons
that's the
down to
thing.
the earth is what.
well, that I mean, but that's that's the thing that every Christian, anybody who believes in God, really has to face, right? Is if God is all knowing and all good, then why is there evil? It's the question of evil, and that's something that we all process in our own way, I think. And the effects in this are fucking gnarly gore.
You've seen this one already, Brian?
The possessed are gnarly looking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, can't wait to watch this.
Yeah, it's very good.
Is it on Tubi right now or what?
I don't think so.
What's the name of the movie again?
When Evil Lurks.
When Evil Lurks.
When Evil Lurks. I have to write that down.
Tenemos que encontrar a la bestia antes de que nazcan más.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't think that this is. I don't know that there's a dubbed version because there's some movies I know, for instance, like Let the Right One In, that the dubbed version of that is supposedly excellent.
Nah, it's in Spanish.
Yeah, I'm gonna check this out. I know the wife's gonna love this.
Well, it sucks for you, Preston.
No, that sucks.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get going right now.
Matt, can you do me a favor?
Yeah, for sure.
When y'all watch When Evil Lurks, can you do subtitles for me? I mean, dub it.
Yeah, sure. I'll check it out. Yeah,
we'll watch it together and we'll read the subtitles for you.
Right.
Have your wife do like the female voices.
Right.
Well, it's one of those things. It's just like if you don't have dyslexia, it's not even gonna fucking occur to you, right? Because I've always been like, we're remaking movies just to have them in English. That's so fucking stupid. But that's also because a lot of people won't watch a dubbed version of it.
Let me put it this way, dude. Dyslexia is a bitch.
Yeah, I got it a little bit with numbers.
Dude, I have no problem with dubbing that, but that's because I grew up on Italian movies, and all Italian movies are dubbed because even if you watch the original Italian version, that's dubbed too because they shot without sound.
Yeah,
it took me almost 3 hours to get through Pan's Labyrinth because I had to stop reading it over and over again.
Oh, that's terrible, dude. Really, you couldn't find a dubbed
Let me get
version
going,
of that?
fellas.
I don't think there is one.
Oh,
I
hold
got
up.
Tank Ferret coming on.
Boy, Matt, tell us what you got coming up, brother.
Well, right now I'm going to be doing Open the Gates with Tank Ferret. He's going to be talking about his book Apex Predators coming out.
Oh, I love that.
And
too.
I heard that was good.
You can check out Metal Movies and Brewskis. That's my channel on YouTube, and I'm at Rune Cutter Comic on Twitter, so you can check out my stuff there. Need a commission or whatnot, you can hit me up. And thanks again, Brian, for having me on, brother. I appreciate it. And Happy New Year, brother.
We appreciate. Fuck that. I appreciate you. And if I don't pop in to the stream, I'll at least pop into the chat to fuck with you guys.
Fuck yeah. Proud of the shit.
All right, much love, brother.
And Preston, your package is coming. It's still probably won't be there till the 2nd. So
I got a package.
Is it coming?
Package for you? Package for
You said your package is still coming. I'm like,
a traitor.
Depends on what's in front of me.
How does he know what's going on with your package?
Bails out at the 2-hour mark.
Everything?
That's the kind of guy Matt is. But yeah, no, everybody go and go. That's the thing too. It's like when I'm watching him do an interview, sometimes I don't want to pop in because I think he's doing such a good job. And if I'm
going in because I don't know. I think if there's more than one person there, it kind of helps the conversation. Because you ask questions that aren't.
Yeah, but I sometimes talk too much, and people need to tell me when to shut the fuck up. Actually, it was.
No, you don't. You
remember, it was
a lot of information.
But I step on people when they're talking and shit like that.
I mean, you can't really.
I'm ADD as fuck.
You can't really help that. Yeah.
It's like this, guys. If you've got a guest that talks, you don't need a second person. If you have a guest that gives you a lot of one-word answers, doesn't go into a lot, that second person to try and help draw them out, right?
Yeah,
so if you got like Tank talks, Matt ain't gonna need no help over there with Tank.
Okay.
I've met Tank. He's a talking motherfucker. Ain't no doubt about that.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, or like when he had Kelly Jones and Matt Wagner on.
Dude, trust me, that was the shit.
Dude, I missed that. And
dude, you should have been in that conversation. Like, seriously. Like, as much as we know about horror and Kelly and Matt,
I know. But I just would have talked about fucking Grendel for like 2 hours.
That's what I did. Yeah. That's exactly what I
did. With Matt's show though, I don't watch this one live because obviously he lets me replay it on the weekend, and I watch it then, because I got other shit to do after this show, just like everybody else does, That's why I can't really pop into chat, and it's just not a good time frame for me.
Of course,
for watching the show, right? So he lets me replay it, and then I watch it then on Saturday night. So if you miss it, we show it again on the Madness on Saturday night.
Right. Yeah, most definitely, and and that gives me also another chance to to pimp his shit like another link, you know, and post it twice on the twatters. So what should we watch next week? What do you any ideas? I should have brought this up when Homeboy was here, but man, we haven't done I Drink Your Blood yet. We haven't done Let the Right One In yet. We haven't done a bunch that we haven't.
Let the Right One In on Tubi?
Yes. I don't know if that has the English dub or not. It might also be available on
I thought
YouTube.
they did do an American version of Let the Right One In.
Well, it was actually Hammer. Hammer Studios, like the second incarnation.
Let the Right One In is about the little girl vampire, right? And
what was that?
Like let me make sure I'm getting this right. Like let the Right One In is about that little girl, and she's really a vampire.
Yes.
And she has like this adult working for her, like
pedophile, yeah, that's like her familiar.
But he's not a pedophile. Like she knew him when he was a little boy, and she groomed him.
That's the remake. That's the remake.
All right.
Because I haven't seen the remake, because to me the idea of remaking that just to have it in English was just like grossly offensive. Because
it was good. It was
horror movies of like the last 20 years.
I've never seen the old one.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And like I said, I believe that there is, because I remember somebody saying that there was like a dubbed version of that was very good. They're getting very good at dubbing stuff. Elementary is a movie that I know that you would dig. That is in English, I believe, on the Elementary. Here we go. Yeah, that's a fucking great movie. It's called The Blacksmith and the Devil. And
I think
have you seen that, man?
I started watching it, but I can't remember what happened. We stopped watching it.
Dude, the ending of that is so great because the demons are like medieval demons, right? So it's like the demons that you've never really seen in movies, but you've seen them in old like German woodcuts and things like that. But they're done in like special effects and like practical effects.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just very cool. I mean, actually,
they got another one that's called, I think it's called The Gargoyle, and it's a series, and it's actually
The
really
Gargoyle,
good.
not Gargoyle.
No, the Griffin, and it's really good. It's a horror series.
Man, I mean, it's called what? The Griffin?
The Griffin, and it's Russian, right? The Russians are killing it, dude. And
everybody's killing it but us.
It's dubbed in English.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This isn't by Alex. Remember I mentioned Alex de la Iglesia before? This was produced by him. Yeah, it's about a guy who has a demon that he's keeping in a cage. Yeah, and when you find out what he's doing, like what his goal is, and what he wants from the demon, it's really strong stuff.
And this is The Blacksmith?
Blacksmith and the Demon. And yes, Clancy Brown actually does the voice in the double version. But yeah,
is that on Tubi?
I think it is. I think it might be. And what's shit? They don't show you like the fucking awesome, like when you finally get to hell in that, like because that's where the movie goes at one point. It's so fucking cool. It's so fucking cool. Like you get like, yeah, because you've seen demons like this in illustrations and woodcuts, but you never really see them in movies. And in that, you get to see them.
I gotta check that out.
Physically, yeah. Right? So, like there, for instance, you got the demon with the fucking, you know, with the trident and the pointed tail and the horns and all that shit. Because you don't really see that imagery anymore because it's so medieval. It's, you know, it would just come off as silly. But in that, it's like they don't give a fuck. They just totally go with like the medieval demons. It's real.
They have a version of Let the Right One in English. Problem is, it's on Prime Video.
It's on what?
Prime.
Oh
Video.
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I have that, but I don't know if they have the.
No, they got it. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, okay.
They got Let the Right One In. It's English dub, but
Oh, there you go. Yeah, maybe we'll do that because there's a bunch of movies that I've been wanting to do, and it's great too because they keep adding more and more stuff. More and more shit becomes available as time goes by. We're getting so much closer to that childhood dream I had of like being able to just like turn the TV on and watch any movie you want at any fucking time.
Shit, you're almost there now, dude. Yeah.
Almost there, yeah. Although I also believe in physical media because, you know, they're going to be fucking jacking everything real fucking soon.
Well, they're already talking about editing the shit out of movies.
Yeah. So this is like a brief and shining moment, and get fucking physical copies of everything you get a physical copy of. That includes files. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like, yeah. So when the shit hits the fan and they start ganking all our shit, if you're like, oh, my shit's too obscure, they're not gonna fuck with my shit.
Well, you see,
guess what? They're coming for your shit too. They're coming for every. Dude, Criterion fucking released a version of the French Connection with like the N-word cut out of it. And it's just like, and this is Criterion, who are dedicated. Their whole purpose is film preservation, and they're fucking editing their fucking movies when they're showing them on the fucking Criterion channel.
They were talking about Turner Classic Movies. They were trying to eliminate Turner Classic Movies, and a bunch of directors. I think Michael Crichton might have been part of it. Like they were like, "No, dude, you can't do that. What are you, crazy?"
Yeah, Martin Scorsese. He's always, you know,
because they're like, no, they're like, you know, we need, you know, and yeah, dude, they went to the defense of that shit. They're like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, well, one of the really sinister things that they're doing is, I think they've just started doing it, or they're talking about doing it. They certainly have the technology for it. Is they can change the ads, right? Because product placement.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, like they'll put Pepsi commercials in there and shit like that.
Right. So if a character's drinking Coke, they'll just CGI it so it's Pepsi.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's all about monetization, and they've been going nuts with all that shit.
It always is. They don't fucking give a fuck about art. But you know, it makes my heart warm when because that's another movie we should do at some point is Hell of the Living Dead. I just got a rip of that, like a Blu-ray 2K rip of that piece of shit, and the fact that piece of shit is like one of the trashiest. It's the trashiest Italian zombie movie ever made. It's just totally tasteless. It uses lots of fucking stock footage. It even steals the soundtrack from Dawn of the Dead.
Is it really?
Yeah. And then we should. That's going to be one for sure to like just to fucking rank on and have fun with. Anyway, we're reaching the 2-hour mark, so I guess we will peace out, and I'm going to grab something to eat and then head over to check out Matt. Pops, you want to play us out? But first, Preston, tell these fools where they can find you.
Doc Salem on YouTube, and the Nikki the Pipe on the X.
On the X, formerly known as the Twatters. Pops, tell these fools where they can find you.
The Madness Comic Network on YouTube, on Roku, Comic Related Madness on Facebook. I'm everywhere.
Worldwide. And everybody can find me, of course. I'm on the Twatters. I'm on the Facebooks as Brian Christgau. Smack that like button, spank the subscribe button, ring a ding ding dong, the bell for notifications. Hook your brother up with some subs. And Preston, brother, thank you so much once again for these. These truly made my Christmas. And I appreciate you, brother. And you're an incredibly sexy man. He's sexy too, but he's not here for me to tell him that he's sexy. So
I want you both to hang out long enough to see this first spot I played.
Okay, all right. I got to get some Chinese food or something.
This first one, RJ made this to me as a Christmas Christmas.
Be sure I'll hang out. Yeah, watch that. I love
this. Is awesome. Check this out. Everybody have a good night. We will see you next week on the Horror Movie Club.
Peace, love, and metal.
Metal.
Got you down, a smile on your brow. Put a little madness in your life. If life makes you out of shape and comics are your escape, put a little madness in your life. Come give your mind a cleanse. Tune in with pops and friends. Just turn on your Roku box and then put a little madness in your life.
Creature in the swamps. It lives to destroy. The beast they call Hogzilla.
After his latest get-rich scheme goes sideways, Gary Duba, the quintessential Florida man, ends up with a stash of somebody's high-end memorabilia. His gal Crystal is on probation and preparing for the fight of her life, squaring off against Australia's Queen of Combat. Delilah's got her back in training, staying off rich foods and the nose candy. Meanwhile, Gary and his best friend Floyd have been hired to wrangle a massive, abnormally aggressive feral hog that's terrorizing the swamp and wrecking Gary's old neighborhood. Can they bag the elusive monster swine without destroying the Sunshine State? Reserve your copy of Florida Man vs. Hogzilla at FloridaManComics.com. We're bringing back funny books, y'all.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.